Well, hello. Remember me? It's been such a long time since I've done a video and an update on the van, and I've had so many kind messages asking me if I'm okay, am I still doing the van. I've tried to reply to those, but I haven't got round to making a video as yet. It's been such a long time. I just looked up YouTube to see when the last one was, and it was 9 months ago, which is incredible how that time has flown. We have, after my operation, recuperated, and that went fantastically well. So I can, no, I still can't dance, but I can move, which is a good thing. We went on holiday. We went down to West Wales, which was glorious, and we had some fantastic weather down there. We didn't take the van because the van wasn't finished, and we rented one of those shepherd's huts, which was rather lovely. Take it. From there we went to Ireland. We went over to Dublin. Myself, Bronnie and her parents, we went over for Amy's graduation. She was receiving her master's degree, and we had a fabulous time. So very, very proud of her, and she was the belle of the ball. It was fantastic to see. It was all in Latin, which gotta be honest with you, my Latin isn't great, apart from Fray Bentos Asbestos and things like that. But it was really enjoyable, very posh do, and all out for a meal afterwards, and we had a lovely time and a good few days there. It was great to see her. It was great to be in Dublin. It's always a lovely trip we make, and another fantastic time there too. Then work. Work, as you do, as everybody does. I'm not moaning about it, everybody's got to go to work. But then of course this COVID-19 came along, so I'm one of the fortunate ones. I can work from home. So an office has been set up in the back bedroom, and I'm working from there. Bronnie, on the other hand, worried sick about her. She's a nurse. I also have other friends in the medical services. One's a dentist that works at a hospital. One's a friend's husband who I haven't seen for years, but is still in my thoughts because he's an anaesthetist up at Bristol Hospital. So those things are concerning, and so is the situation. The situation is pretty awful. I hope that all of you are staying safe and being sensible. There has been some light, and the light is in the form of YouTube, funnily enough. Watching some of the guys Lost in Europe, and his gang, they have done a tremendous job of self-isolating, given the fact that they live in vans. It's not the most easy situation, and I don't think members of the public understand the difficulties that's associated with it. So if you look at him up on YouTube, Lost in Europe, fantastic series that they're doing. But there have been some lighter things as well, very luckily. Bus and Beyond, they have a Bus and Beyond. Oh, Bus and Beyond, congratulations on your news. Fantastic, back of the net there, Sean. I think it's because you borrowed a bigger van, and then all of a sudden the news came out. I think there's a connotation there somewhere. There's some sort of connection. But they've been putting out a series of videos that was filmed before COVID-19 hit the streets, and so it's nice to catch up on there and see a little bit of normality, stuff that we're used to seeing from YouTubers about their travels and trips. The same with Greg Virgo. After he and his crew had managed to get home to the UK safely, has been putting up some videos about his time in Portugal. So what have I been doing? Well, we have been working on the van. I had planned to take this last week off anyway, leading up to Easter, and have an Easter weekend off, and I booked that back in January. I've still taken the leave. The weather's been fantastic. We've worked on the van. We're nearly there. I'm going to show you in a bit where we are. Well, you can see Ollie in the background. You'll see how much he's grown since the last video as well. He's a real dog's dog now. So we have made inroads in the van, which we're quite pleased about. So this had always been the plan, to finish it off this holiday and then hopefully use the van through the summer. And I hope that is still the case. I hope that we're through this awful situation by then, and that we can all move forward in a much more normal way. And in a case like that, I think it's a matter of, we're all in this together, as everybody's saying in the news. We are all in this together. We will get through it. There's no two ways we will get through it. There will be casualties. But do your best to stay safe and not be one of those casualties. That would be my message to you. Again, I'm fortunate. I can work from home, but you know, Ronnie is nursing, and it's not a pleasant situation. So let's go on to brighter things. We don't want to go on about COVID-19. I'm sure that you've heard so much about it on the news, and you're all as worried as I am about it. So let's move on to brighter things. I'm going to show you around the van, see where we've got to, and then hopefully finish most of it this week. There are parts, let me explain, there are a few parts that I can't do. Most of the stuff we had here ready, but there are parts that I don't have. So finishing the kitchen doors, things like that, I need to buy certain materials. I'm certainly not going to go out and buy materials for the sake of it. It's not a necessary purchase, so it can wait. But we've had plenty to get on with. So plumbing's been finished, the kitchen is more or less done, the mattress is in and looks great, the shower unit is finished, there's a table in there. So I think the best thing for you to do is to have a look, and then I'll tell you about the bits that we need to finish. So starting at the back, we have the boot area, which is now complete, and then we move up. If I can just climb these stairs, move up and into the living accommodation. So as you can see, the bed is in, as are the shelves. If you remember, I stole the idea for the shelves from the Indie project, and then beyond that into the cab. You can see the cupboards all down the side. That pillow's in there because I still haven't done the catch on that last window. And then just up here you can see a wire hanging down. I have ordered the lights for that. There's one more light to go in. I've ordered a couple so that we've got some spares. I don't know whether you can see right down the bottom, but the surround for the cab, see if I can get that lit up a bit. The surround for the cab needs to be done, and that's something that we're going to be tackling today. So as we come in through the side door, you'll see the table I put in situ at the moment. It's got a Sequoia plate at the bottom, which has worked well for us, and it's solid, which is good. The tabletop itself was made out of a piece of the cut off from the work surface for the kitchen. The cushions and curtains, they've been ordered, well, they measured up for them, but then we've been unable to go up and actually pick the cloth. So it's one of those waiting games at the moment because of the situation. But some of it is completed already, and you can see there that the shower unit is now built. and the kitchen has started to take shape, even with our little flappy up table. Okay, there's a bracket that goes underneath that. I won't open that at the moment though. And then looking back, you can see back to the back of the van, we've got the underslung heat lighting underneath, and obviously the lighting in the ceiling as well. And then if I can just sneak in here, shower units in, and quite pleased with that. There is enough room in there to have a shower. We tried the bed out yesterday, nothing naughty, just lied on it, and it's really comfortable. It's a little bit on the tight side, so I'm going to have to adjust the backboard at the back just to give it a little bit of more wiggle space. It's about an inch out, so I'll put some spacers there. The kitchen is coming on. Pretty bog standard kitchen. Got the fridge down the bottom, the cooker, and then the sink's in. The plumbing is in. I'll talk about the plumbing in a moment. But obviously the trim needs to be done on the kitchen, and also then the cupboard doors need to be made. But that's one of the things I mentioned earlier. I'm not going to go out and buy material for that, because it's no point in going out to get this sort of stuff when there are much more important things to be looking after, like health. And then the cupboards, you can see there the switch for the underground lighting, and also for the Truma heater. Okay, one of the things, if I can whip round quickly, one of the things we've got to do is the trim round there, which is what we're going to be tackling today. And that's pretty much where we're at the moment. The other thing that needs to be done is the gas and the plumbing. The plumbing's all fitted, so is the gas. The gas pipe's all fitted. It's not attached to the cooker at the back, and the reason for that is I'm going to take it up, get a habitation certificate, but I want the guys that know what they're doing to fit the gas. Some people say, look, it's just a matter of screwing it on. It's not a matter of screwing on in my eyes. I've always said through the series that I'm no expert. So when it came to the electrics, I had somebody check that out. I paid money to have them tell me it was a great job, but it was still worth that money because it gave me that peace of mind. It's going to be the same with the gas, and same with the plumbing. So that they're going to commission the heater, and they're going to fit the gas cooker, and then we'll be ready to rock and roll. Hopefully, all of this COVID-19 will be a memory, a very sad memory, but a memory nonetheless, and we'll be enjoying ourselves in the van by summer. Speak to you soon.